What's up, YouTube? Alpha Kipser here, and I'm back out with another anime review with some Soul Calibur gameplay in the back. You know, try something new. I had the game for a hot minute. It was on sale. I scooped it up, and I was enjoying it. So there's just some gameplay of me playing story mode, I guess. And so today I'm going to be talking about my top 3 favorite new, mid to late summer animes. You know, there's some new ones that caught my attention. Some that are pretty good, and some are just not my least favorite, but I'm watching just so I can just have that in my anime grimoire list. So the first anime I want to talk about is Takaaki Song Season 2. And Takaaki, if you haven't watched Season 1, basically it's about, it's a romance comedy about, I forgot the main character's name was. I'll show a picture of him, you'll see him, but that guy, he's being outsmarted by homegirl, Takaaki Song, or Takaaki. And she's like, I'm joke with you, ooh, this and that. But it's clear that, she has feelings for him, but the main character's too stupid to realize that. And the whole story basically goes on with them, doing, 1v1s, even though it's just her way of trying to, display affection. He sees it as a way of I can't keep losing to this person, I have to keep winning. But he also realizes he low-key likes her, which is why it progressed, and it keeps progressing. And then we have Season 2, which I'm happy about. I'm currently watching and enjoying it. And basically, the art style is the same. It's cute, lively, I like that. All the other side characters are nice. They have their own little segments sometimes. After they have their Takaaki-san and main character have their own little sesh. We got these 3 girls who have their little comedy routine type of deal, which is kind of funny. I enjoy that part. And it's just all these characters are just so it's somewhat relatable to a certain degree when you have to experience being in that situation where you like someone but you can't really display it, so you just fuck around with them. And that's why Takaaki-san right now, for my mid-late summer anime in my top 3s right now, is in number 3. Because of just that. I enjoyed Season 1, which was, I believe, in the summer? Not in the summer, the winter, sorry. In the winter. It was mid to late winter. And no, it was pretty early winter. Basically, I watched the whole series of that, or Season 1, it was just nice. It was nice and calm, nice and refreshing, something I can just, watch in my spare time and just be pretty chill about it. And then next, number 2 is what I've been hearing rumors about. Not even rumors, I've seen, I guess, details, little title screens and whatnot, and it's the anime is Dr.Stone. Dr.Stone is number 2 for me. And the reason why Dr.Stone is number 2 for me is because when I watched episode 1, I was like, okay, checks off my list, animation's clean, we got a little school life. I'm like, okay, I mess with this, right? But I'm like, why is it called Dr. Stone? I'm still trying to wait for the, Dr. Stone part. And then they hit me with borderline halfway through the anime, basically a huge shockwave of green light overtakes the whole world and petrifies everyone, turning them to stone, right? As far as where I am in the anime, which I'm about to really start to read the manga because it's getting me to that point. And from what I know in the anime thus far, in the recent episodes that happened today, which is, today's Saturday, so I watched them. And, they come out on Friday, sorry. But they haven't explained thus far how it happened. And basically, so far, shit, I just lost myself. Crap, rewind. Basically, I said basically, I'm saying basically way too many times. So what's happened thus far in the beginning of the anime is everyone got turned to stone. There's the main character who also got turned to stone, but his, I guess, childhood friend, he also got turned to stone, but the way he kept himself alive through sheer willpower. So as time passed, literally everything's being distorted. Animals from the zoos are being released. Buildings are being destroyed and deconstructed because they're rusting away. He's in a cave strapped up, just like, I'm gonna go see this main girl. I have to see her. And then as the time reaches, he's like, this feeling, and he starts to like break out, and he breaks out of being petrified. And then, no clothes, he's just butt naked, he's just petrified. His clothes probably like disintegrated while being petrified. And he's just walking around, he's like, whoa, this is what happened, this is just Japan? And then he's just walking around, he finds homegirl strapped to the same tree that they were like, they were gonna meet, he was gonna confess her feelings to at that tree, and then that's when it happened. He like shielded her, even though he did nothing to it, literally hit everything in sight. All he did was like delay her death or petrification, for like 2 minutes. But basically, he finds her there, wrapped around in the roots by that tree, still whole intact. So may I remind you, for what I understand, is that if you're in stone, if you're petrified, you could still die. You're just in a cryostasis like state, as far as what the main character said. And then as he's walking around, he's like, it's okay, I'll walk around, I'll find something, I'll find people. And he's like walking around, and then homie, main character, I forgot his name, but he posters up on a tree like, you're finally awake. And that's when I'm hooked, because it's just like, he had like everything sewed up, he had like the leather, he had like he had wool clothing, because it's like basically they're back in the Stone Age, but like he's like insanely smart, so it's like he's progressing faster than it being the Stone Age. And I love the end goal that he's trying to bring back humanity. That's his end goal, and I love it. And there's some characters that are being revealed that I just saw recently. He's like a really buff, long-haired dude, and that guy's like basically the top of the food chain, and there's obviously he's going to be a big antagonist, which is what I'm looking forward to, because he's like, oh, we could start off new, because he's been wronged in the past, like something happened between like him and his sister or whatever. It was like a really sad thing, and he's just like, I can change the people now. I can start off and get rid of all the negativity, make a true world of paradise. And then Dr. Stone's like, can't really kill the people. He's not, his name's not Dr. Stone. I'm just gonna call him Dr. Stone because, whatever. He's just like, yeah, you can't really do that. That's not really okay, because that's still murder. The end result is I'm trying to bring the world back. And he's like, you can bring the world back, and then they have like they have a dispute, and basically they separate. And then the best part is that I thought the guy with the long hair was like stupid. No. He's insanely smart, and that's what scares me, because he has bronze and brains. So I'm like trying to figure out what's going to happen, and I low-key spoiled myself a little bit from like trying to look up stuff about the manga, or I was looking up stuff about the anime. I saw like a few chapters ahead of the manga, and I was like, oh, just as I suspected. Now I'm trying to find out, and I'm hooked in Dr. Stone. That's why it's number 2. And lastly, number 1 for my top 3 is To the Abandoned Sacred Beast. To the Abandoned Sacred Beast. This anime got me to the manga day 1, because they wanted to leave me on a cliffhanger on the very first episode. And here's what's happening thus far to the Abandoned Sacred Beast currently. So basically, a war was happening between a nation that got split, a civil war. And the side that got split had the most people and the most power. So it was like, I believe it was separated from the north and south side. And the South Army had like a lot of people, like I mean a lot. And they were being overwhelmed drastically. So it got to a point where it was weird. It's magic and not magic. It's like science, but it's still magic. It's weird. But basically, they had like a dark experiment thing happening, and they were making soldiers for the war, the beast, known as incarnates. And basically, overall, they created the incarnates. The incarnates like, oh yeah, we're gonna save you guys. And the incarnates are based off of myths and legends. Like, there's one guy who turns into a dragon. There's one guy who's just a vampire, the captain, the main character, who's a werewolf, and then another part of the manga where, you know, he has something else, but I'd rather not explain that yet. I may get into a manga review when the next volume comes out, I don't know, but I've been planning on trying to do a manga reviews, and it's just overall just based off legends, and they transform mid-fight, and they basically, it's a landslide. Just not fair at all. Basically, like, there's this guy who was a Springin, who's like based off an Irish fairy, I believe. I vaguely remember that lore about that mythological creature or whatever. And basically, they shot him with bullets, and he just kind of like crossed his arms and blocked all of them. And it was just like, this is a landslide. Like, these are people who are based off of like creatures that quite literally can't die. And so far, you know, as time moves on, everything's done. The war's about to end, and then they hit me with this. Oh, they start to lose their humanity and become more beast than they do human. And the plot basically at this point is the creator, the doctor, who she created. Her name was Elaine Blue Lake, and she created bullets to basically. She planned on killing the whole squad of incarnates, including herself, to hide this information because it's like, you know, no good. But guy who looks like Dracula, or just the main character's like best friend but not best friend anymore, Kane Madhouse, kills her. And then he's like, psych, you're not killing me. And then, but right before that happens, I skipped the part, she shot the main character in the ribcage because, you know, he was like the strongest one. He was the captain. So she attempted to kill him. Plot twist, he doesn't die, and then she dies for no reason. And basically, the whole issue starts from that point when Kane decided to kill her. He was like, we're not dying. This is the time for the gods to rise up, because he was starting to lose his sanity as well. I think. I don't know. He doesn't look like he's losing his sanity. He looks pretty sane to me. You know, because if you have the power of a vampire, you're not going to want to choose to die when you quite literally can't die, you know? So he's basically he's like, alright, everyone, roam free, do what you want. And then this is where the issue happens, where all the abandoned, the sacred beasts start doing things they're not supposed to be doing. They're killing people, they're robbing, they're doing things out of, like, you know, PTSD from the war, stuff that they experienced. As far as what I've read up to this point. Like, some of them are, like, there was this one character who all he wanted to do, like the Springin, he just wanted to like help his poor family, his poor town. So when he went back to the town after war, he was robbing nearby people, killing them, you know, not realizing that he was killing them, but, you know, he was getting money for his family. And then the plot, they made the captain made a promise with the rest of them, with the rest of his squad, you know, if you lose your sanity, you have to die by default. And that's how the story goes so far. Basically, the captain is Captain Henriette. I don't know why it took me so long to realize his fucking name. It's Hank. And Hank is just posting up, killing all of his teammates one by one, and then eventually trying to reach Kane, who's the main antagonist. And I'm loving this anime. I very much recommend it. And that's why it's number 1. So, that's it for my anime review. But, like, there's going to be another one. Don't worry. I'm going to get that set up. There's just been a lot of, like, isekai animes recently. And I'm probably going to do something about that as well. So, thus far, those are the top 3 mid to late animes for me. Or mid to late summer animes for me. And I hope you guys check them out. I'm recommending them because I watch a lot of anime. That's like my actual thing. And yeah, thus far I'm enjoying some one of the summer animes. They're all good. Fire Force is one of them, you know, just little mentions, you know. Fire Force is pretty good. There's this one other anime about streamers, like live streamers. I forgot what it's called, but I'll probably post something about that like near the end, like a little picture. And yeah, that's it for today's anime review. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys still keep watching anime. I'll see you guys in the next episode.